Namaste. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Yogasutra of Patanjali. Sutra number 2. Yogaschitta vritti nirodha. Yogaschitta vritti nirodha. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. This is a very beautiful definition of yoga. Often we wonder, what is yoga all about? Is it a set of postures that make us stand upside down? Or is it a set of breathing practices? Or is it in terms of bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, karma yoga that we hear about around us? Patanjali Maharishi defines yoga right at the very beginning itself. So we know now that what is that goal to be achieved? What is that state to be attained? What is the purpose of adopting the path of yoga? The purpose is very clear. To attain a state where there is chitta vritti nirodha. So he says that yoga is to block or to stop the patterns or conditionings of the chitta. Chitta is defined as consciousness. It could also represent the collection of all the thought processes that we have in terms of a storehouse of the thought processes, in terms of memory, and all the subconscious processes. What happens is that over a period of time, right from childhood, because of the way we are brought up, our environment, a lot of conditioning happens. A lot of mental conditioning happens. Even our thought is in a certain way. The way we behave is in a certain way. Quite predictable sometimes. That's because some kind of a conditioning happens right from childhood. Even to situations, we react or respond in certain way because of those conditionings. Or sometimes we call these vrittis as mental modifications. But for our purpose, we can understand them as conditionings or limitations. These limitations define who we are many times, how we respond to situations, how we react to situations, how we behave in a certain way. And cessation of these conditioned responses or conditioned approach is called yoga. So what happens is that there is just a kind of pure awareness. These limited patterns that we have, that we enshrine, cease to exist. You would have seen that, or you would have heard about in neuroscience, that whenever some situation arises, so many things happen in the body in terms of neurotransmitters, hormones, the endocrine system starts working, and that defines our response, either a fight or a flight response. So when we have an external stimulus, automatically there are so many reactions that happen in the body and in the mind as well, because of a certain conditioning. One thing is that as a species itself, we have certain organs in a certain way. And because of our environment and our own nature, we respond to situations in a certain way. So both at the level of the mind and the level of the body, we elicit conditioned responses. So when these conditions are removed or blocked or cease to exist, then there is just a pure kind of awareness. That is yoga. That is what Maharishi Patanjali says in Sutra 2 as Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodhaha. Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodhaha. So yoga is basically Nirodhaha, cessation or blocking of the vrittis, the conditionings or limitations or modifications of the chitta. Chitta is often defined as consciousness, or sometimes it is representative of all the thoughts that we have and the subconscious stuff that we have in terms of the memory. Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodhaha.